Platinum Gamers, PGM Studios bringing you episode, I think it's episode 5 of CrypticSmp. Now, I know there was a delay in this episode. That's for this episode is mostly a little bit due to the server not actually really being up. It's just whitelisted, and I've been a little bit busy on something that you're kind of seeing in the background. This is not fully done, but it is getting there. I'm going to be tearing it slightly down and rebuilding. I don't like how it actually came out. This right now, so far is what it looks like, but I don't kind of 100% like what it looks like. So I kind of want to add more detail. Ignore the torches. That was kind of one of my friends kind of messing with me. But so today we're gonna go into the Nether. We're gonna go work on getting some levels, because today I want to get Fire Aspect 2 on this sword of my Unbreaking 3 sword, because that's just gonna add a lot of extra damage to the sword, which will be great for when we go bossing. That little extra damage is just gonna just mean everything. So we're gonna head to the Nether. Now I'm gonna keep the chat on because there is no one else but me at the time, because I am the one of the few people whitelisted. The only people who are whitelisted currently on the server are people who need to be on there. I'm mad. That's one of the reasons why. But because I got Immortal, I don't have my mod rank on here at the moment, so I have to actually wait for the 7 seconds for the TP, which I don't have to do with mod. But we're also going to try to get, like I said, we're here mostly for experience plus some HP. Like, these guys really do nothing to me now. I'm basically just sitting in here. I can sit in here all I want. The only things I might worry about would be a blaze, but that's basically the only thing I think would be really dangerous. It's just a blaze. Fallout 4 episode will also be out today. My goal is hopefully maybe not. I probably won't get in this episode because it's gonna still take a little while of time. But I need to get 4 more hearts, so at least 20 hearts, which is gonna be nice. One thing I did update when I got the swords is I got 672 level in swords, which is great because it does bleed damage to 67.2%. Yeah, 67.2% chance of happening. So that's a pretty significant chance of that happening. So almost like when you see enemy bleeding like that, that's basically it activating. And I got it basically almost 4 times in a row, which is pretty cool. Like the spider boss right now, basically nothing. It literally does no damage whatsoever. Like, I've stepped in lava, walked out of it, and took like a half a heart of damage, and my armor is still basically not fine. These basically do nothing to me. Back 1 second. Sorry about that. I had a cough and didn't really want to have to cough in the video. But no, it's like what I have right now is Prot 5 armor. The boots are Prot 5, Unbreaking 3. That's all the armor. I'll have that. But the boots have Momentum 2 and Bounce 2. They're from the Archer class. I combine the Immortal Kit boots with those boots to allow for a lot better boots. And if I do PvP with this stuff, it would be it's gonna give me that boost. Okay, that should be fine. Like you saw with that jump, like I fell that far, and I still took very little damage. The only thing I really have to worry about is losing my hunger all the way, and that's the only major danger. But right now I do have a dash feed safely. I'm gonna actually opt to do what I do normally, because enemy bleeding still shows up repeatedly. It's kind of annoying. So I'll let you guys see that. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it's about 30%. That's about what I want. Usually when I'm recording, I keep it about 30% so I can still roughly see the chat, but I don't have to worry. It's not like a main aspect of it. Like, I don't know why I still, what's it called? Turn out the fire, because I'm not really stressed about the fire. But I am going to do yesterday because I'm a little low on health, eat food. I'm not really low on health, but just low on hunger in general. So at least we're going to be here for at least minimum full heart. So we're going to get our 7th heart today at minimum. We may get 8 if we're lucky. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get 30 levels. Actually, we might just stay here till I get as much hearts as I can, get as much experience as I can. At the end, I'll do as much enchantment as I can, chanting as I can. I really hope that they do put smelting and salvage and repair back in. It does get corrected, because that's, like, I have a lot of golden swords that I can basically just get gold out of. I think it's like 1 or 2 gold out of it, either way I'll get, which is really nice. As far as the gas hasn't shown up. So I'd like to take my sword and just come back to that. I love sending during return to sender. That's always a fun way to kill them. Unless they happen to be close by at the time. I know a lot of people know about Soul Sand. If you just jump, it makes you move just as fine versus being a slow pace move. But I figured I'd mention that anyways. But I do have a home set here in the Nether. It's one of the few things I like doing. I think it's the best option. Oh, I found a magma cube. Maybe I'll get a magma thing out of it, because I need... Oh, there is a gas over here. Oh, I gotta learn by that. That's okay. I'm not really stressing that too much. Like I said, I don't take that much, huh? That should have hit. That will kill him. Yay. Now, if I get the gas here, that's good. Like I said, a lot of the damage really isn't so much damage I'm receiving from these. It's just, like, stacked up damage. I'm not really stressed about that. It's just the hunger. I don't want to go down too much. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry about that. Like, I had another cough and I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know why I have a cough right now, but there you go. That's my extra heart, half a heart. I'll be 60. I gotta get 1600 HP experience, and I'll have this 8-something heart completely, and then I'll have 2 months to get. Today's episode is mostly just gonna be this. Oh, I want to show you something. TV1. I've killed 9 total of the main boss, spider boss. I think. Well, I've killed more, but I got 9 blood runes and 1 shadow rune. The shadow rune is going to be for the 3rd boss, dungeon boss, that hasn't actually came out yet. It's a 5% chance from the spider one and 10% from Neo. I have not done Neo yet, but supposedly he's really dangerous. And I probably shouldn't be soloing it. I don't know. I might attempt it anyways. It's one of those things where it's like, if I do it, I do it. If I don't, well, I don't. Obviously, that's kind of an answer to that question statement. Not really. It shouldn't. But, I was thinking about putting looting on here, but that was like, wait a minute. Why don't I just put, why don't I put fire aspect in the sword? The sword would be more date. I mean, I've got another 5 sharpened fire sword in my thing. I can put looting on that. I can put looting on that. Like, I got a looting 2 sword, so I was like, why don't I just put looting 2 on that, and then do, what's it called, fire aspect here. This would be my bossing sword, and this would then, that sword would be just like, going after, like, blaze powder for money and stuff like that. But that's be generally the main thing with that I'd be going for, because that's what I'm going to be looking for, the blaze spawner next, soon. Hopefully that'll be, and that'll give me a lot of extra money. I'll be back in 1 quick second again. Sorry about that. I really don't know why I'm coughing so much. I think I got sick, but I mean, it's life. I gotta take what I got. Let's see. But One of the main things is, like, I love doing these series, I love doing these episodes. It gives me to play more, and it gets me really active. I've always wanted to do it, but I never really... Well, I've done it before, actually. I started doing it. I had, like, 20 subs, but I decided to restart, in a sense. Should be able to feed. Oh, no, 4 more minutes. I'll just do this. I got plenty of food, so I'm not stressing too much about using food. And my kits, when I activate all my kits, it gives me like it gives me a whole bunch of health. I mean, not health. Sorry, food. Which is useful. I don't really buy food, even with Dash Feed, but Dash Feed is nice, but Dash Feed only does works for like 10 minutes, and then I have to use food anyway, so it's not that OP, so it's not that usable to me. I mean, it's nice, like, if you've been in, like, after, like, every so often now, I don't have to use food at all. But at the moment, it's not viable. I think, in my opinion, I think 5 minutes of cooldown is a little bit better. Like, a little bit more of a stable cooldown, but that is just me. I'll lose that experience, because I'm not jumping in lava for that. Not for, like, a little bit of XP. That, like, makes no sense. Oh, there's an XP over here, though. And over there. I gotta pick those up because I don't really want to not get the experience. But I'm gonna be trying to do a talk more. One thing I got told was like I didn't talk during one of my episodes where not the entire episode, but like during when I was killing the spider boss, Abaddon, and I wasn't actually talking throughout the kill. So I'm gonna try to make sure I'm talking throughout those kills, even if. But now I did try to see if I could add a Bane of Arthropods 4 sword on here as well, because with Sharpness 5 I thought that would be such a great thing. But it would take over the Sharpness 5, and I don't want that. I don't think Fire Aspect 2 should do... No, I know Looting 2 will definitely work properly, where I'll keep Sharpness 5. But it doesn't... So I'm thinking Fire Aspect may well, because it's not the main damaging thing boosting. Because I think, like with Smart 4 and stuff like Smite 4, those are like, and Sharpness, like all boosting damage. And that's why it's all in the same category, while Fire Aspect 2 is just like an extra bonus. It's not boosted damage, it's not boosting how much total damage you do. It's just like an extra added effect. Like, if I would try to add a Fire Spectre and Looting, it might not work, because it might do the same thing. I would lose one or the other. Now, one thing I don't know 100% if Fire Spectre is unattainable. I should find that out, actually, but I don't know 100% off the top of my head. So, that's one of the main things I'm going to say, is I just don't know. So, like, right now, I should be getting close to the 7th heart, maybe 8th heart. I'll stop no matter what, even if I don't hit the... If I have more time, I'll go to do a spider boss kill real quick, and hopefully get my 10th another blood rune, which would be nice, because we're thinking... Oh, one thing we've been thinking about doing is moving the dungeon sign for Neo, so that you can actually pay the sign without losing your blood rune. Because what seems like the issue is that if you are in combat, you can't TP, you don't get teleported, and you'll lose your blood rune. And because you're in combat, so what we're thinking about doing is hopefully it'll be up before that happens, but we don't know yet. It kind of one of those things where it just like has to be done. Where basically we're gonna put a gate on the outside of the whole dungeon, where you basically pay to get into the dungeon itself, and then you can just stay in the dungeon. It's hopefully something that might be happening, but I don't know if it's been implemented, because there was an issue with it is fixed in a sense that you can pay the blood rune, you will get teleported in, but if you don't, obviously, if you in combat, even if you pay, it still takes it if you're a pet, and it won't teleport afterwards. So you would lose your blood in that way. So that's not something we want. I don't know if that's not something that's meant to be said, but I didn't think I don't see harm in that. I almost fell off. But that's not the point. Sorry about this 1 second. I gotta cough again. Sorry about that. The cough is getting really annoying real fast. Some big Pikmin. Let's see. We got a decent amount of levels, but we don't have enough. Actually, I could have just defeated in that one. Where am I? Let's see. Like I said, I really didn't. I guess even from that. Ooh, there's a game for there. I guess. Let's see. No guest here over there. That kind of sucks, but I know it's not 100% drop, so I just didn't get lucky with the drop. But I am most of the way there through the levels, so that's good, HP wise. Hopefully. It looks like I might not get the 8th heart all the way, but maybe I'll get half the 8th heart. That'd also be useful. Because I at least need a minimum of, if anything, I will have it by the next episode, only because I'm gonna be still here trying to, not so much gaining HP, but the experience. Actually, Spider Boss is pretty good about getting you experience when you need it. But these are better for HP. So, in the long run, this is better to do than going through the boss that doesn't give you that much HP in the first place. But, like I said, one of the main things I would like to say, a lot of people say, the Nether is the best place to really be to get HP up, unless you have an iron golem farm. Now, that is going to be something I want to get done. I really want to get that implemented. I really want to get an iron golem farm. So that I can, basically, cause what you do is if you leave an opening and you hit them before they die, you get 500 experience per. And that's pretty decent. There's a guy there, but you can't really get to him without mining out, and I don't care to do that. But that's one main thing I want to try to do is that, but it's also an extra source of iron when I'm not mining. So I haven't really been mining, but there's plenty of caves I know nearby that actually have a decent amount of iron early in. So I'm gonna explore that. Hopefully we'll get more iron, maybe get some more extra diamonds. Not stressed with the amount of diamonds I have, because I do have plenty right now. So I'm not really stressing about that. Not this one, but the next one. Ooh, there's another fish right there. Wish I had a bow for that guy. But here is the 7th heart, full 7 hearts. Which is nice, it's useful, and makes things a whole lot easier. And I am almost at the level 30, so we're gonna probably just do some spider boss. Some spider bosses for the next couple, which will probably be like 2 or 3 kills if anything. When that happens, I am only going to sit there for the boss itself. So you're not gonna be sitting there. Don't really want to waste the red spikes on these guys. Okay, good. I just didn't want to waste the red spikes on this. that would have been a complete waste. So there is a fortress up there, I think, but I have to get to it. Not getting it that way, so yeah. Maybe I could get it that way, so we're gonna have that one. Let me see if that side's completely unreachable, but it looks like I can get to it from that way, but oh no, I need mining. And I do, wait, I think I have a pickaxe actually on me, so I could get to it. You. I think I do have a pickaxe on me. I think it's in my PV chest, if I remember correctly. Okay. If it is, I can mine and I can do that. If not, I will just start to live without. But that's gonna be most of the goal for the episode. We're just gonna see what's over there. We're gonna see if we can get what's in there. Maybe we'll get some extra nether wart. I mean, I do have a farm going. I think I should think the farm's actually disabled. Ah, Pigman won't jump down. So we're just gonna head over that way and mine around. And hopefully we'll get to where we need to be so we can go and maybe farm a blaze spawner. Ooh, I can get up that way. I know I got into a fortress earlier, but I know it's not in this direction, so this is probably a different one. This has to be a different one. But still, it's worth spending some time to do because they can be blazes are definitely, I think, a little bit better than this, but they, I mean, obviously can be a little more dangerous. So it's all significantly more dangerous, but I don't know how much damage they'd actually do compared to a lot of other things. But we're gonna keep heading this way. It should lead to what the nether bricks were at, and hopefully there'll be something worth seeing there. But I don't know 100% offhand if it's gonna be. It's one of those things where it's like, if it is, it is. If it's not, well, it's not. That's definitely another fortress. Well, I'm gonna save nearby here. I'm gonna save my new home over here, and I definitely see a blaze spawner, like right over there. Okay, my new home is here, so we're gonna aim to try to get over there, but I think I have to go a different way to get to it. A little longer path, but it's not a big deal. It's still pretty close. I do want to I did set my home attention a little further away. This is to prevent a lot of issues. If I were to, maybe I have to go down a little bit. I need to check my chest if I have one. I have an iron pickaxe that works for me. I'll probably set a second home that is straight to the nether fortress, or at least on it, so that way I do have straight access to it. Okay, that should be enough. Gonna heal because I can. Not really stressed. Okay. I just didn't want to drop all the way down. I figured just in case I might get killed. Fall into lava by mistake. Or if by chance that jump was still high enough, I could have died. Almost horrible death. But I was fine. There's some withers up there. But like I said, they have to hit you with hold. There, I set a new home, need another fort. This should be the one I want. Really? There, that way I can get up every time safely. I really should have an arrow for this, guys, but I don't. I just check to make sure I don't have a bow. I'm not really sure what's going on right now. Oh, hello. You ain't dead. You missed. I missed. Bye. Yay, there was a gas here in that, so that's what it's going for. Picking up. But nonetheless, we found a fortress, which is nice because I'm also at level 30. Now this guy's out of my way, so. Okay, they give 75 experience, but I think they give a decent drop. So they're worth use, still worth killing. Assuming they actually drop it. I haven't received one yet, which is surprising. It's only, yep, there it is. I just took weather damage. That only gives you 10 XP? Oh, that really sucks. These guys are bad. Bad, like, XP wise, not damage wise. They might still kill me. But apparently that might not be the case either. But I know there's a blaze spawn up here, but it's like filled with fucking lava. So we're gonna just cheat and. Whatever. Not a big deal. Not important. But yeah, there's a blaze spawn like right here. Not gonna disable it. I really want to kill it. These are great for farming. Oh wow, they only get 15. I guess the ones from spawners don't only get 15, but they can drop stuff. Actually, drop something. Yeah, you stay down there. But let's see. If any more want to spawn, that'd be nice. Like, that one gave me 75, and it still dropped something. I don't know why the spawner ones give you less. To me, that makes no sense. But that's just how it is. Maybe I just read it wrong. Yeah, no, it's 15. Oh, you always want to be sneaky. But yeah, that's mostly what this video. I guess this video ended up being that. But I did get 30 level, which is kind of nice. I did decide that I'd rather enchant books than go and enchant swords, because it's a waste of a sword, and I'd rather do the. It's better to enchant books than enchant swords. Because once I get, if I do books, once I get it, I can just. That face. But once, if I get with a book, I can just enchant a sword that way, and then it'll be better off in the long run. I could have mined that for some experience, but I didn't want to do that way. Beggar Blaze. Like, these are now starting to drop where they would have dropped, which is nice, because I need the blaze powder anyways. Hell, I'm still not taking real damage. But I think I am hurting my armor, which is not as good of an idea. Let's see. I should explore. I'm gonna explore the Nether Fortress a little bit. So in the off-screen part, just to see if there's anything cool in there. You are gonna go get killed. I don't think you dropped anything important. But this is BGN Studios, and I'm signing off.